Okay, so I just want to start by saying thank you so much for taking the time out to chat with me. I
Of course.
suppose we should start right back in the beginning. So, what sort of sparked your interest for the art form of drag? How did you?
I've really I love drag since I was like a kid. My friend like showed me Drag Race when I was like 13. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm obsessed with this. And ever since then, I've always wanted to try it. But I grew up in like a very like conservative household and like in a very conservative area. And I was like, I'm scared, like I don't want to. A lot of like pressure. And then when I just moved to LA a couple years ago and it started it and I really like got to try it and it's been amazing.
So what kind of got you into having a go? What changed to have you started to have a go?
It's actually so stupid. I saw like this TikTok that said like, "What are you afraid of? Like, do the thing you've always wanted to start." I was like, "Okay," and then I just did it. I just started, and at first it was kind of slow,
Hmm.
but I started making them more and more, and then people like started seeing them, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like this is so fun."
So obviously that kind of makes sense why you brought that format to TikTok. If TikTok was what inspired you to actually have a go,
Exactly.
which is fantastic. So obviously using it as TikTok, you get obviously like comments, feedback from people from all over the world, professionals, maybe baby queens as well. So how have you found that feedback process? How have you used what people have said?
Yeah, at the beginning, it was very much like I was so new to it that I was like asking like everyone for feedback because I really like needed it. And I did have to like sometimes I had to pick and choose like which ones to listen to because like some people like professional drag queens would give me advice like this is a great tip, and then I think some people like that just watch Drag Race wanted to help too, and sometimes it was like good advice, but other
Yeah.
times I had to be like, do I take this opinion? Do I not? So at one point it was kind of a lot. I was like, oh my gosh, like if
Hmm.
I'm not improving significantly every video, then people aren't gonna like want to watch it.
Hmm.
But I started like I started just keep doing it. Like the mistakes, honestly, like I feel like that's part of the process.
Yeah.
Like people don't want to see perfection all the time, and I was not and still need a lot of work, but it's been really fun and the advice has been really helpful.
I suppose it wouldn't make much of a series as well if you started off perfect.
Yeah,
When would be the end?
no one.
So I suppose that brings us on to sort of your videos that you've been doing, which are daily sort of looks into the drag world, taking aspects of drag and having a go.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like I just kind of take one thing that I like think is related to drag and I kind of just make a video about it. A lot of it's been makeup, but yeah.
So do you just choose those things? Has there been a plan? How have you come up with what you're going to work on for each day?
There's been absolutely no plan. I when I first started, I kind of knew what I could do because there's so much to do.
Mhm.
Like there was so much to work on. I still could do like breasts, hip pads, like learning how to style my own wigs. That's like in the bank. Like one day I'll but at the beginning it was really like working on my makeup and I still make a ton of videos like doing that, but I really want to like branch out. And I just did this photo shoot the other day and it was so much fun and I can't wait to like share it. It's so
Obviously, I believe we're on day 45.
yes.
I want to say, which is amazing. And obviously, as I said in my message to you, I've been a big fan since day one, and seeing all those things that you've done and developed and grown is obviously been amazing. And to go to a photo shoot in what 40 45 days is incredible.
Great.
So what are some of the things that you have done of experience throughout those 45-ish days?
I've experienced a lot of love
Mm.
from people online. There has been like a little bit of hate online, but honestly, like it's great clickbait. Like I can just use the next, like, I
Yeah.
just put it in the next video. So every time I get a hate comment, I'm like, yes, like I can use that. Um, it's been drag is hard.
Mm.
I met this is kind of crazy, but it was like day 20 something, and I was going to the gym before I like was filming my video, and I met Monet Exchange at my gym, and I was like looking down, like doing the bar, and I was like, I have to go talk to her. So I go down there and I pretend to not know her. And I'm like the straightest, like, I'm like, are you still using that? And then she was like, oh, no, no, like, you're good. And then I was like, wait, are you on exchange? And then I like started talking to her, and obviously, like, in a gym, no one wants to be talked to. So I tried to, but it was really like, but she told me, she was like, drag is hard, girl. And I
Mm.
was like, so I've always remembered that.
So some of the things you've actually sort of taken part in so far, obviously you talked about a lot of makeup, your photo shoots. I know you've had
Mm.
a series of performances. How did they go? How have you found that experience?
It was really fun. I'm an actor,
Hmm.
so I'm very like I'm used to the stage and like screen and stuff. But the stage is like it's different when you're performing in drag because it's such like a different medium,
Hmm.
and the audience likes certain things and doesn't like certain things. So I kind of had to relearn performing on the stage in drag, but
Hmm.
I already kind of had like confidence on stage, so I didn't have to like find that somewhere.
Hmm.
So I would say I would just watch myself all the time, like all the dance moves I would do and like try to get better at it. But my most recent one, I think I like kind of got to let go and have fun. And
Hmm.
that was like,
I suppose talking about your sort of acting history, I suppose the character side of drag is something that you obviously kind of enjoy and excel at. So could you talk about how did Cyber? How was she born?
Cyber. My drag name used to be Disco.
Hmm.
And then I was like not really feeling it. And then I love like futuristic stuff, like reality bending things. I'm like so weirdly obsessed with that. So I once I like got that in my head, I was like, I really want my drag persona to be something like that. And then I was like looking at the name Cyberpunk, and I was like, oh my God, like if I just change this to an S, it would be so cool. And I would like love to do that. So I changed it. A part of me was worried. I was like, are people like if I change my name too much, people are kind of like gonna lose me. So
Hmm.
I kept it, I'm gonna keep it to Cyber for I think a long while now. And he's just this like 80s neon punk bitch that really like kind of, and I just love being her.
Hmm. So did you find a change when you changed your name? Did you find your outlook of drag had changed? Did the persona alter slightly?
Yes. I feel like my style, like when I changed my name, I really honed in on what I wanted to like look like
Hmm.
for the most part. And then that kind of like is reinventing my drag. I'm not like far, and I don't have any money, so I'm not like far enough to like make a lot of like visual progress.
Hmm.
But I really want to start having like neon stuff and in
Hmm.
my performance, like have something like different and like futuristic. So
Hmm.
hopefully I'll have one day.
So I know it's obviously thinking into the future, but what sort of performances does Cyber excel at? What's her style?
That's actually a really good question. I love acting, so I really want to like I want she's like this little film star. Like
Hmm.
I want be an actress through her because she really like frees me.
Hmm.
It's weird because I become like a completely different person. But like performance wise, I've just been learning about like dancing and trying to get better at like moving my body.
Yeah.
And the last I went to Stash WeHo. First of all, so many baby drag competitions out there. Like it's so good to get yourself out there, and the prize money is like a lot of money. So I did like my performance, and then someone came up to me after and was like, or they DM'd me afterwards. They're like, I loved it, but like it looked like you were like planning out a lot of your moves.
Hmm.
Try to like just feel the song and like don't plan out too much. And I was like, that's great advice. So I'm such like an overthinker and a planner that I really wanted to like
Yeah.
log it, plan every move out, but I didn't do that, and it really like it kind of just takes over. So it was
Hmm.
like great advice, and yeah,
It's so interesting to hear that that sort of feedback that you've asked for at the beginning, you're still, even though you're not explicitly asking for it, you're still receiving and acting upon and working on it. And I suppose
yeah,
that's the whole sort of point of your series. Is there are things you're never going to be the perfect drag queen who's nailed everything and is perfect at everything. And it's just seeing that development's been fantastic. So
yeah.
we've talked about feedback from other people. What feedback would you have for baby queens who wanted to get started in drag?
Someone commented on one of my videos when I was like giving advice to baby queens, and they were like, "Baby queens teaching other baby queens pipeline is real," and it was like a hate comment. I was like, I'm just trying to help people
Yeah.
out. But I would say, drag takes time.
Mhm.
Don't expect to look good so soon. And like I was watching this Naomi Smalls tutorial, and she was like, she really wants perfection in her drag. And she's like, it takes a lot of time. Like I sometimes I'd rush like gluing my eyebrows and something. And I was kind of thinking about like, oh, if I was on Drag Race, I'd have to do this in an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not, so I really want to like
Hmm.
take the time to like try to be the person you want to like see because you're like creating your own character.
Hmm.
So I think that's like the biggest advice is like, oh, and don't be afraid to fail, like publicly.
I suppose there's no more public platform than, say, I don't know, TikTok or social media.
Exactly.
So what is next? What does the future look like for Cyber, and what's your plans for her?
I really want to be an actress,
Hmm.
like her, because I'm already like an actor and I like do acting
Yeah.
stuff. But I want to be, this is bold, but I want to be like the first drag queen to win an Oscar
Oh,
because
okay.
I really think I can. And is it no, is it Lucy LaDuca? I don't know. Don't care. But I want to be in the film genre as a drag queen like no other drag queen has.
Wow. Like like you said, that's a very big goal, but why not?
There,
You know,
yeah.
I suppose when you started this series, it was you wanted to look. No, I suppose anyone who starts drag wants to look presentable, and then from there goes, I want to do this better, this better. So why not a world domination? Why not?
An insane goal. Yeah. First drag queen president.
So where can people stay up to date with you and with Cyber?
I'm so sorry. Say that one more time.
Sorry, where can people stay up to date with you and with Cyber?
I have a little Instagram account, cyberpunk. It's spelled with an S and it's cyber.punk, and the U in the punk is a V, which is not complicated at all. It's like the same on my TikTok as well. And then I started posting on YouTube Shorts, but that's where like all the straight guys are. That is a little jealous. But yeah, you can find me cyberpunk.
I will I'll put the links into the description so people can just sort of scroll down and click away and follow. As I said earlier, I've been a big fan since day one. So
Thank you.
seeing that growth already, by no means me being an expert either, seeing that development has been incredible.
Thank
Um,
you so much. A
no
lot. Thank
problem.
you.
So is there the series is going to keep going? Is that what's in the pipeline? The every daily. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like plan out my days ahead, but I have like I always have the next day.
Hmm.
So I kind of just go day by day and I just go like that and I'll see what happens.
And I suppose that stops that sort of stress of it becoming today I must do XYZ or
Exactly.
I've got to do this today. I suppose that keeps it fun and exciting and
Yeah, exactly.
but so that is everything I've got. So I want to start the same way I began by just saying sort of thank you so much for taking the time out to sit down and chat with me. It's been a pleasure, and I will obviously I'll post a video and put in the description. I'll put all the links so they can follow you and watch more of your content, which I'm also a big fan of.
Thank you. Thank you. Like seriously, thank you so much for this. This was like so fun, and I just get to talk about myself for a while. So drag queen loves to do that.
But yes, thank you so much, and I shall speak to you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.